What's going on there, guys? My name is Matt, or Chewy, as most of you will know me as. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, another video for you all. And today you join us down on the ground in Paris Charles de Gaulle in France. Now, Paris Charles de Gaulle, LFPG, is one of the handcrafted airports that comes with the base edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator. And so I thought we would take a fly around today to go and see just how well detailed these handcrafted airports are. So I've jumped in the JMB aircraft, it's called, and I thought we'd take it for a little spin around, go and have a fly over the top of the airport, try and get as close as we can so you guys can see some of the details, and I'll try and point out some of the different areas. So here we go. In the VL3, we'll click the ready to fly button. And then I'll just double check in here. I should probably see, I'll be honest with you, I've not flown this aircraft before. So we'll just make sure that we've got some sort of flap setting. And then I will take out the parking brake down the bottom there. And we'll just get going. I specifically chose this aircraft because it's nice, you know, glass cockpit cover here, which shouldn't hopefully impede our view of anything. So get some power going. Oh my goodness me. She's a lively one, I can tell you that much. Okay, airspeed's alive. We're taking off today on runway 26 right. No idea if that's the correct runway with the weather and everything, but that's what we're using today. And as I just say, I just wanted to use this aircraft because it's got a nice open cockpit window so we can really go in and have a look at all of the details. Let's not forget to raise our flaps now. We don't need that anymore. So at the moment, we're currently, as I say, we've just taken off 26 right, and we're flying even towards taxiway Tango and then Romeo. To our right-hand side here, I believe, is Terminal 2, the Echo apron, where you can see a host of aircraft on the stands. And, you know, the quality doesn't disappoint. It really doesn't. This is my first look at Paris Charles de Gaulle. One thing to note, in the top left-hand corner of the screen, you will see my FPS monitor. And just one thing, I know that the frame rates are maybe a little bit, I guess, concerning in a way. Like, oh my gosh, Chewy's only in a default aircraft and he's only getting, you know, 38, 40 FPS. I haven't tuned my settings whatsoever. I've not looked at them at all, so just be aware of that. Even, you know, if you're wondering about my FPS in the sim at the moment, I haven't really tweaked my settings a whole lot. You know, this is still a preview build. This isn't the final iteration of the simulator yet, so I'm sure there could still be improvements. We're moving down to the cargo ramp now. You can see there's a couple of AI aircraft on the stands down here, and this is taxiway Uniform closest to us, and then taxiway Charlie just across from that. But I mean, the quality is second to none. I checked out a couple of these handcrafted airports, which are nicely in the preview build for us to test. I believe only the standard edition handcrafted airports are included in this preview build. I tried to go and have a look at Heathrow in one of my other videos, which you might have seen, where we took the A320neo for a trip down from Manchester. And unfortunately, that wasn't handcrafted, which was a little bit of a shame, you know, Heathrow being my home airport, the one that I love the most. But I've had a look at Innsbruck, I had a quick look at Quito as well, SEQM and LOWI, and they were really, really nice. And so this is a really good sign for me. A really good sign for me. You can tell that Asobo Studios and the Microsoft team have spent a lot of time really going into the fine details about how these airports look. And one thing that was very interesting is when Microsoft announced on their social media that they were handcrafting certain airports, I saw the social media teams for various other airports, one of them being Dallas-Fort Worth, actually tweet to Microsoft asking, hey, why aren't we a handcrafted airport? We'd love to be part of this. So that does, you know, beg the question as to whether in time you're going to start to see more of these handcrafted airports. I mean, the quality is just phenomenal. With what we're, you know, used to in the simulator right now with all of our third-party payware add-ons, this is up there. I would say that this is up there with some of the best quality that we're already used to paying a good £20 for each. If we think about how much money we pay for a single airport now by a third-party developer in our current simulators. And in the base version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, there's 30 of these at this level of quality. 30 of them. How much would that cost? Somebody can do the maths. You know, let's say if it's about an average of 25 euros or so for each of these third-party add-on sceneries that we pay for at the moment, and Microsoft are already including 30 just in the base sim. How much money are we saving there, eh? And then, of course, with the deluxe edition, you get another 5 on top of that. And with the premium deluxe edition, you get another 5. So for $120, I believe the price is, you can have 40 airports looking at this incredible detail. And you can also, of course, have all of the aircraft unlocked for that price as well. So I'm really starting to think now that the premium deluxe edition is the way to go. Even if just for the scenery option, even if you're not too worried about the extra aircraft that you get in the premium deluxe version. But I know I keep saying it, with how much that we currently pay for all these third-party developers to be able to get an accurate representation of real-world airports in our current simulators because of how bad the default ones are. I'll be honest, it's a no-brainer for me, folks. It's an absolute no-brainer. I would love to see what you guys think about this, though. I would love to see if you guys share my thoughts on this, or whether, you know, you think I'm talking a load of rubbish. I don't want you guys to think that just because Microsoft have been really lovely enough for me to be able to try out this preview build for free and post content at my heart's content and everything like that, that I'm not going to talk about some of the issues that might be in the sim. But for now, we're only 2.5 weeks away from public release. And I just want to build some hype around this product because I'm genuinely hyped about it. Absolutely beautiful. I'm sure I'm not flying this aircraft correctly, but I'm having great fun flying it. And that's the really nice thing with the sim as well, you know, on a completely separate note from the scenery. The aircraft, a lot of them you can just kind of jump in and fly. You don't have to have a crazy amount of knowledge about them to be able to feel comfortable in them and get them up in the air. So we're now on the north side, just to the north of Terminal 1, heading towards the threshold here of 27 left and 27 right. There we go, you can see the runway markings. And it looks like that's Quebec 3 there, and then we should have Quebec 4. And a little further down, just off the nose of the aircraft, we'll have Quebec 5 and Quebec 6 as well. So they've modelled, by the looks of things, every single one of the, you know, the runway entry points and the exit points. We've got the hold short bars there, and they've got the different ones as well, because obviously for the different category approaches, depending on the weather situation at the airport, you've got the different stop bars, whether it's a Cat 1 approach, Cat 3 approach, all of those little details. Yeah, very impressive. Very, very impressive, and I'm not just saying that for the sake of the video. I would have no problem whatsoever bringing, you know, add-on aircraft like the FS Labs and the PMDG and whatever else does come to this simulator in due time. I would have no problem bringing them here, flying it on the VATSIM network and feeling confident that it had the correct taxiways, the correct intersections, the correct runway lengths, the correct stands. No expense seems to have been spared on these. Anyway, right, let's go and circle back in, shall we, for an approach and see just how terribly I land this thing. Let's whack all the flaps out. We'll see the nose rise on us there. And we'll just zoom in a little bit here, shall we, just so I can keep an eye on our speed. Let's see how terribly I land this thing. As I said, this is my first ever time flying this, but hey, we're doing a first impressions video of the scenery. We might as well do a first impressions video of this aircraft as well. Terrible turn onto final there. We're landing on the opposite runway now, so we're 08 left I'm landing on at the moment. We'll see how bad my turn is. But it's a lovely long runway, 4,000 meters, so I've got plenty of room to get this tiny little bird down. There we are. We'll straight out the wings now. centre line. Bring the power back. Nice and gently does it. And there we are, we're safely down. Right, keep it in the centre of the runway. And there you go. So a live commentary for all of you this afternoon to show you guys a first look at one of these handcrafted airports that Microsoft Flight Simulator has in the sim. It's certainly got a thumbs up from me. Please let me know if this scenery has got a thumbs up from you as well, and if the video's got a thumbs up from you by leaving a like and also commenting down in the comment section below to let me know if there's any other airports you'd like me to go and do a similar video to this. And also, of course, if you want to keep up with all of the latest Microsoft Flight Simulator pre-release content, you can do so by subscribing to the channel. But for me, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this quick little 11-minute video. I'll see you all again soon, guys. Thanks for watching.